As a podcast host, author, and someone who has spent years in conversations around leadership and purpose, what struck me immediately is this. This book is not about money, it's about human meaning. And Trifles and Perry bring a level of clarity that cuts through the decades of bad habits in the nonprofit sector. The writing is direct, practical, and refreshingly grounded in real-world application. It's not fluff, no theory for theory's sake. But what I appreciated the most in it was a few things. One, the 7-pillar structure gives you a disciplined, repeatable system. The concept of permission-based asking restores dignity to fundraising. And donors are not targets, they're partners in purpose. But the deeper layer for me, it reveals that giving is not transactional, it's transformational for both sides. And these are moments in this book where you realize we've been thinking about fundraising completely wrong. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. And this is a book I would not just recommend. It's one I would hand directly to leaders and who are serious about impact. Congratulations, Jeff. The title is A Leadership Wake-Up Call Every Nonprofit Needs, Brutally Honest and Necessary. And I titled it to be punchy because reviews, everyone, you got to get books, but you got to read it because the author's work's not known. If the first book changes how you see donors, this one challenges how you lead, and it doesn't pull punches. What Trifles and Perry do here is expose the real issue most organizations don't want to face. Fundraising problems are rarely donor problems. They're leadership and system problems. As someone who works in leadership conversations every week, I found the book exceptionally sharp. It goes beyond tactics and gets into the uncomfortable truth, culture, and structure. And accountability are what ultimately determine success. And some of the elements that stood out for me, the clear breakdown of why most major gift programs fail, practical frameworks for building structure, accountability, and alignment in companies, and a powerful emphasis on creating a true culture of philanthropy. And what really stayed with me in this idea that fundraising is not a department, it's an organizational mindset. And the writing is clean, direct, and built for action. You can feel that this comes from decades of lived experiences, not theory. And there's a subtle but important layer throughout the book, a respect for the donor that is deeply human, not mechanical. And this is not a guide, it's a leadership mirror. If you're willing to look into it honestly, this book will change how your organization operates.